Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, dear viewers. It is a great pleasure for me to be in your company tonight just to bring you this magazine. As we all know that, well, the news broadcasting has been turned to magazine, and we are discussing on weekly basis a number of issues as far as national and international news is concerned. So today I have with me one of our charismatic reporter, Moudachirou, and we are going to discuss about various issues, like I said. Moudachirou, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Rahab.
Yeah, well, it's a pleasure to have you on board tonight. Well, I think we are going to go through a number of things as far as national items are concerned. Well, without any other protocol, I mean, we are going to touch the reality, knowing that in our country today, just a few days back, well, His Excellency Dr. Yayi Boni just tried to reshuffle the government. What would like to know that a number of positions have been changed.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what is your appreciation as far as this reshuffling of Dr. Yayi Boni's government is concerned?
First of all, I thank you very much for inviting me and having me on the program this evening. The first thing I would like to say is that that's reshufflement. We have seen some aspects which are really unusual because the Ministry of Defense, which was held by General Isifuku Gindro, is now held by the head of state himself, which is something totally unusual in this part of the world. And
well,
currently the head of state...
Is there something behind that appointment?
Oh, actually, Isifuku Gindro is now responsible for the Ministry of Presidential Affairs, and the head of state himself is in charge of defense. And some analysts look at the situation, they say it is due to the situation, the political context, and the political instability in the region currently. We have the case of Mali, we have the case of Guinea-Bissau, where we have the coup we have seen, and some analysts say maybe the head of state is feeling something is occurring maybe in the army, and to make sure he has the control over it, he wants the ministry to report directly to himself. That's why he took that position, Ministry of Defense. So now there's no more Ministry of Defense because the head of state is responsible for the whole defense department.
What I mean, I wonder whether it is not a very heavy burden for His Excellency, leading the country and also the Ministry of Defense.
Yeah,
is this not too much for him because he's currently the chairman of AU, African Union?
Definitely so, definitely so. Even before that, we thought the head of state will try to vest some power upon his prime minister because he has been elected chairperson of the African Union. But instead of that, he is now taking on another ministry, which is a huge ministry indeed. The Ministry of Defense, there's so much to do in that ministry that taking that as his responsibility in addition to his position or his role as the head of state of Benin, head of the state, and as the chairperson of the African Union, it is, I think that is my personal opinion, that it is too much for him, because every day now we have seen Benin Airport is becoming a kind of hub. Every day we have new visitors to the President's office in his role in the framework of the African Union. Every day we have visitors coming to meet him for issues relating to the African continent as a whole. So, but now, having the Ministry of Defense again, it may seem a little bit more than what he can control and manage in an effective way and in an efficient way, indeed.
All right. Well, I think apart from the Ministry of Defense, well, the Minister of Finance has been changed.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, yeah. Mathing Sadijatu is no more Minister of Finance. Yeah. But I wonder this change. But it seems that the former minister made a mistake in running this department. Is that true?
Oh, what is officially said, the reason officially, the official reason behind the reshufflement affecting her is that she's said to have entered into a contract with BOA, Bank of Africa, to indate the government or the whole nation as a whole, definitely, because the government had to pay, I think, something like 12 billion francs CFA to AIC, which is the cotton sector stakeholders, and the government decided to pay that for the import or importation of inputs for the cotton season, the next cotton season, and that decision, as the government said, was to be covered by the local budget, I mean the proper budget of the government itself, but not to go and get a loan from a bank like BOA, a private, a commercial bank, which is what the ministry did. And that is the official reason.
Has the decision not been taken during the meeting of the ministers,
yes,
the minister cabinet? But why this is a mistake again?
No,
since
actually, the mistake is the decision of the government, as is said, is to pay the 12 billion francs to AIC. But the Council of Ministers, in the Council of Ministers, the decision has not been made as to where will that money come from. So the minister, Adija Matis, is said to have decided unilaterally to loan from BOA, Bank of Africa. So instead of reporting to the head of state, referring to the head of state to have information whether she can do that or not, they said indicting the whole government, the nation, cannot be done by a sole person. This is what she's attacked for. Because the right process would have been for her to introduce the project, for the loan project, to the session of the Council of Ministers, and the ministers will decide together whether they will go ahead with that or not. But she decided unilaterally to enter into that contract to pay the money. And so that is the reason, the official reason for her departure. But as I was saying, that the official reason, some people see that there's another reason behind, which is
politically speaking, we cannot detect because there are many things going on the ground.
Yeah, definitely so. Yeah, definitely
we cannot go beyond a certain limit.
Yeah,
but coming to the debt which is supposed to be paid to AIC, well, this, I mean, is one of the reasons that today we are going through a crisis within cotton sector, isn't it?
So. Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
So.
What about this crisis today?
Oh, actually, the issue relating to AIC is not actually a date to be paid by the government to AIC, but it is part of a contract between AIC and the government. AIC is to purchase inputs for and pesticides.
Definitely,
for the next,
because
season.